Hi everyone, this is my 2-minute tip on PTE. Okay, some people actually like to call it a 2-minute quick fix instead of a tip. Today I want to focus on the writing section, and within the writing section you'll come across a section called Summarize Written Text. Now, recently I've been quite frustrated and a bit upset at the fact that people are starting to think that PT is just simply a game of memorizing. Now, unfortunately, that won't take you so far in terms of your marks, and usually you'd be looking at a score of maybe about 40 or 50, despite the fact that you've got quite a sufficient level of English. Now, let me just give you a quick tip. Now, when you're looking at the PTE sections, the tester does really like you to summarize certain things. So this may relate to summarized written text, but also summarized spoken text, and also the retail lecture. All of these sections rely on your ability to not just reiterate everything, so just not saying everything again, but to actually summarize the information. Okay, so I know that some people are actually getting a lot of sample answers from the internet for the summarized written text section. And yes, I think it's a good idea to take enough interest to get that information. But it's very important that you know how to construct your answers. So let me give you a final tip on how to actually structure your studies. First of all, for summarized written text, you need to learn how to understand the flow. So you don't need to understand how to actually translate the entire text, but you need to understand what the author basically intended to say. So you might be looking at certain areas that have been highlighted, emphasized, maybe transition points in terms of language. Now, looking at that, you need to pick out maybe about 3 or 4 important parts of the text, and instead of just understanding that it's important because someone told you to, you need to understand why it's important. So if you tell me that's the important part, then I will ask you, why do you think that part is important? And you need to be able to answer these questions. Now, from there onwards, all you need to do is basically have those points in front of you and construct that into a sentence. Now, I know that it's easier said than done, but it definitely does happen once you learn the basic skills. Okay, so my point today is that if you had been looking at the sample answers that have been constructed by other people, then I suggest that it's now time that you actually sit down and learn how to do it yourself. Now, in terms of gaining a high score for PTE, yes, I agree that memorizing sample answers or even making answers for yourself and memorizing those instead of building more skills is definitely part of the game. But that can't be everything, okay? So I want everyone to just think about how they're studying at the moment. And if you feel that you lack those basic skills of language, then I suggest you do incorporate a bit of those studies along with your memorizing as well. And that would definitely give you much higher scores than you may be getting right now. Okay, so I hope that helps. If there are any questions about how to actually learn how to translate those texts, then by all means leave a comment with this video, and I'll get back to you personally and we'll talk about how to actually build that up. Okay, so I hope everyone has a good study week, and I will see you again with another 2-minute tip in another few days. Thank you.